1, 2, 3, 4. I told you so. I told you. I told you so. I told you. Remember when I told you about 9/11? Remember when I told you about Building 7? Remember when I told you about the fluoride in the water? Yes, I did. Remember when I told you about the New World Order? Remember that? Remember when I told you about the chemtrails in the sky? Remember when I told you that NASA was full of lies? Remember when I told you about the ultra mind control? Well, I just want to say that I told you so, yeah. Remember when I told you about 432 hertz, that is, and what 440 can do to you? It hurts my ears. Remember when I told you about the vaccine agenda? Yes, I did. And that Michelle Obama is a transgender. Yes, he is. The dinosaur fraud, the climate change scam, and yes, Sandra Bullock is also a man. Remember when I told you that there ain't no clone? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. Remember when I told you about the TV flicker rate? And how it puts your brain in an alpha state? Remember when I told you about germ theory? Remember when I told you about gravity? Remember that? Remember when I told you about Paul McCartney? Remember when I told you about direct energy? Remember when I told you about Monsanto? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. Remember when I told you about the mainstream media? Your so-called celebrities and pedophilia. Remember that child trafficking and that adrenochrome? Remember when I told you about the Georgia Guidestones? Remember when I told you about the false flag operation? Remember when I told you about 5G radiation? Remember that I told you that? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. But you didn't listen. I told you so. I told you so.
We will be back in some form.
We have an army of digital soldiers. because this was an insurgency.
Hundreds dead, thousands infected across multiple continents.
You guys know what this represents?
All the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs, you are.
All right. Hope you patriots out there kicking ass and taking names. Welcome to the party, folks, to PatriotPartyNews.com. I'm your host, Chaz Carter, better known as Underground Patriot, coming to you live from the Wolf Den, folks. Greetings and salutations. I hope you are ready. I hope you are buckled up. Dad burn it. This is going to be one of those sleeper shows. It's getting gooder. That's all I can say to you. This is where the cool cats go to get their daily intel, news, and bread. That's right. It's the PatriotPartyNews.com. Folks, we are more than just a website. We are a full-functioning badassery Patriot Broadcasting Network, broadcasting around the world 24/7. Folks, don't forget you can support us in many ways. Obviously, you can check out our partners, which are pretty cool. You can also donate directly to us in the menu section. You can click on that. And also, of course, obviously, you can start your 30-day free trial to the most badassery social media platform devoted to patriots. It is called Patriot Shoot. You need to be there. Matter of fact, you need to go there now. If you're not already on Patriot Shoot, I'm going to tell you the time is now to get involved, to see what's going on, to understand completely what's going on, to prepare your family, prepare your close-knit community. We're finally here in terms of where we need to keep the communication lines open. We're preparing. If they take it to the next level, then we've already got it set up off grid. You can come on over. The water's great. Come off grid with PPN with SkycomPTT.com. SkycomPTT.com is the web address, the URL, where you can go and click on. And what you want to do is click on Shop Now. Once you click on Shop Now, then you're going to see the red PPN button right here. You're going to click on that bad boy. And then what's going to happen is very simply, you are going to get access to military-grade technology, encryption, all the above, waterproof up to 3 feet in water. This two-way / satellite radio where people can't get through with their cell phones. By God, you will. Also, don't forget, if you're looking for financing options, they do offer it. You can contact Skycom directly at 629-205-6635. You want to go ahead and get prepared now as well. We're not going to sugarcoat things. If you haven't already, you need to start making arrangements to start being in the loop. We don't know how far this is going to go. Now, while this is happening, listen to me very carefully. There's going to be opportunity that comes out of this for you patriots that so desire to want to take advantage of it, okay, and to help others, because this is about helping people through this process, and people need help more than ever. Can I get an amen? Okay, so text your first and last name, city and state to 877-776-6391 right now, and we'll send you over the free demo where you can check out everything, how this is set up. And then obviously we can answer your questions as well. Obviously, with what they're doing with censorship, we got to be careful what we say, even on the internet, because this goes all over the place, our shows. So, but I want everybody to be taken care of the way that you deserve to be taken care of. And the first step is to text your first and last name and start the process. And we'll see actually if you qualify. If you do, then we can go further. So if you have any interest in putting a plan B together for your finances and for your health with your family, the time is now, because they're going to be spraying the crap out of us even more with everything, because the truth is starting to come out. Speaking of the truth, I see Dallas is up in the studio. Let me go ahead and bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Punisher Dallas. What's up, bud?
What's going on, man? Happy Father's Day to
Vice
you and
versa,
to all
man.
the dads out there.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Likewise, right back at you. Well, the circus seems like it is still going on. The progress is happening across the board, because now we have no other choice. We got to, even though we may not support certain decisions of the past, I pray for Trump that he makes the right decision. Okay. I think you mentioned this on the last show, because it seems like things are kind of getting focused in, and we knew, obviously, I don't know if you knew this morning, but X got attacked. The actual platform, X got attacked. We were doing a live. I know Angela tried to get on there. She sent me some pictures and some screenshots, and also some other folks. In some areas, it did work, but we're now starting to find out that they were attacked. I'm suspecting that it is involving a lot of this stuff from Tulsi Gabbard, with the disclosure that's coming out with the bioweapons in Ukraine. And again, that's mere speculation on my part, but they're doing it on purpose because they don't want something coming out, or they're doing some work on a patch with more AI to debunk this or remove it where it doesn't see the light of day. Because I can guarantee you, Dallas, you've done this and I've done this, where we put a post on X, and for whatever reason it goes in the social media black hole somewhere, and you're sitting there and you're like, wait a minute, something wrong with my internet? No, they just didn't want you to post it. And the chances that you'll try to repost it sometimes are slim to none. So they work the percentages, but if you try it again, you can normally get it up. But sometimes it takes 6 to 7 times. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it's a little wild.
But I mean, I've been saying it for a while now, but I think between now and July 4th, I think a whole lot of stuff comes out. Apparently on the 24th in Miami, Florida, during the Brazil game.
I got the video. Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. We talked about this. Sorry. Yeah. Let me get it queued up. You go ahead. I'll get it queued up.
Aliens are going to come down to abduct 700 fans and some of their top players, and probably the president of FIFA, because he's been at almost all the games. But that's 2 days away, Chaz. Today's the 22nd. We got Trump making a big announcement supposedly on the 24th. 24th is exactly 10 days before the 4th of July. Yes. And ironically, in the movie with Chris Pratt,
almost exclusively in patients who have.
Go ahead.
Sorry. The movie with Chris Pratt called The Tomorrow War.
Yes.
They come back from the future during a Brazil game during the World Cup. I'm almost positive. It's a soccer game, but I'm almost positive that Brazil is one of the two teams playing when that happens. So, they told us 2 years ago when that movie came out how they were going to do it. But
symbolism at its finest. By the way, it's got to be the longest commercial ever in my freaking life.
Yeah, where's the skip button? I always get the skip button.
They don't give it to you. They make you have to watch the whole damn thing, because everybody right now, everybody's hurting financially. There we go.
Gente, eu vou falar pra vocês que eu sonhei de novo com os alienígenas invadindo o campo de futebol em Miami. E eu via cidadãos jogadores nitidamente sendo carregado pela primeira nave que chegava. Eu estava dentro dessa nave. Quando essa nave se levantava, chegava a nave mãe, uma nave muito maior, e levava milhares de pessoas do campo de futebol. Eu via muito grito, muito choro, muita lágrima, sofrimento. E eu vou falar com vocês que eu tô muito apavorada, porque, assim, a segunda vez que eu tô sonhando de novo com isso, e eles falando que dia 24, algo muito ruim está para acontecer nesse jogo, nesse campo de futebol em Miami, nos Estados Unidos.
All right. So, yeah, you probably saw the comment there. Go Hamhawk17Q. I love that name, by the way. Fake as a $3 bill.
Yep. I mean, yes, I agree, Hamhawk, but she's either a really good actress or she believes this, right? I mean, it's not the first time I've heard it, right? I mean, not exactly that specific, but we've talked about Project Bluebeam. We know, I mean, Project Anchor is coming up soon, in August, August 12th, when we're going to lose gravity for 12 seconds.
Gravity? Is that the gravity deal? So, and that's on August 12th. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, like 7:00 a.m. Central Time, 7:12 or 7:20 or something like that.
Man, I'm gonna grab some rope and I'm gonna tie my leg down to something, and I'm gonna see if it really goes down that way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go hang on to the stairs, but
or I'm gonna go put on my Elvis suit that's got a cape, and I'm gonna say, screw it, man. I got 7 minutes to figure out how I'm gonna come down like Mary Poppins. You hear what I'm saying?
No, 12 seconds. 12 seconds.
12 seconds, excuse me.
12 seconds to go up and 12 seconds to come down. Or 12 seconds to go up and then you're gonna drop like a rock. But it just the craziness with Tulsi Gabbard, you mentioned it. I mean, she is just lobbing grenades on her way out. she's pulling the pin. In the movies when they pull all the pins and then throw it into the monster's mouth, like that's what it feels like.
She's got crumbs. She goes, here you go. Here you go. Oh yeah, this is a big piece right here. Yeah.
So, the stuff with the Middle East with I called it, you called it. I freaking said what was going to happen. And lo and behold, Israel all weekend bombing the piss out of, I mean, they did it before we even got off the air. Like Friday, the straits were already closed again, but it just got worse. They blew up 2 or 3 high schools or schools with kids in it. And more and more proof is coming out that the IDF soldiers are using food and water as bait to just slaughter some civilians, children.
And journalists. Don't forget about journalists as well. They are being slaughtered. I mean, we've seen some videos we've shown on here, and there's some new ones. I know you've seen it probably obviously too, but don't get it twisted. Even reporting the truth, you will pay for it with your life if you're in some of these areas like what they're doing, because they don't want things reported.
Yeah, and I read an article yesterday that they're kidnapping American citizens that are over there in Israel and holding them without charge, without process. They're just, there was a college girl, American citizen, that was, just speaking out against what was going on in Lebanon and Beirut and Gaza. And they just kicked in her family's front door and took her. She's been in jail for weeks now. No charges, no due process, no nothing. That's an American citizen, mind you.
Yep. By the way, they are going to be filling up the air with more metals. You need to get your body in check. Get you some clean slate right here. It comes in handy. I'm going to tell you right now. Obviously, you can use PPN or Dallas PPN at the end of the links there on the screen, or screenshot it. But you definitely want to get you some of that. Obviously, Zero In is phenomenal as well, and some other products. But if everybody usually is on a budget, and definitely clean slate. I mean, we're seeing this time and time again. And speaking of the skies, Dallas, would you looky, here comes Hooky right here. This week is unpredictable meteor shower of the year peaks this week. And they're talking about we're going to see an uptick in meteorites. And you say this deal is tomorrow at the World Cup? Is that what I'm understanding?
2 days, the 24th.
Oh, why does everything have to hinge so freaking close together? Why?
Because it's a movie, Chaz, I guess, and this is all scripted. I guess I don't know, man. It's kind of pissing me off, to be honest with you, but I just wanted to end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't we all? I promise you that. Let's see here. What about we see where Boomer, the center, is a traditional presidential library. Critic says it's an activism, whatever. I'll get it right in a second. You can read.
Yep. No, there's so much heat over this.
Have you seen what it looks like?
Yes. Yeah, it's god awful. I mean, it's ugly as hell, but
so this is
documents. This is the record of a presidential administration. The United States realized at around the time of the Roosevelt administration that we had these amazing collections of materials, but we had no way to bring them together or analyze them or have them for future historians. And so they started having this.
I'm going to stop for a second. What if I told you that right there is AI, Dallas?
I'd buy that.
Yeah. Okay. This is what I want you and I want everyone to look around the neck area where you see the shirt and tell me what you see.
New law that said we are going to take all the documents, everything
that black
comes
line
about as a result of a presidential action.
Oh, right under the left side of his
document.
lapel. Yeah.
It is a privileged document and it needs to go into some kind of center, a library.
Look at this.
And sometimes these things have tens of millions of pages.
Does that look weird to you?
LBJ library had over 31 million pages of documents. And they have been invaluable for historians, including myself, in terms of figuring out what actually happened in administration. It's not just what the New York Times and Washington Post headlines say.
Now, Dallas.
It's what the decision makers were doing and thinking and having access to at the time they were making those decisions.
Anyway, I'm not going to go. You get the idea, promoting everything with Boomer and using AI, it looks like.
Well, I mean, I was watching over the weekend all these super left, goofball liberal women, the View women and all these other, social media, making, calling the UFC fighter that said Michelle Obama was a man. Like what's crazy is where's the defamation lawsuit? Where's the slander lawsuit to prove her innocence and to prove her gender? They don't exist. Like she can't come out and publicly deny or discredit him because then the burden of proof is on her and she knows that she'll fail. He, she, whatever, Big Mike. But
hey, speaking of UFC fight, hey, did you see where someone grabbed a picture and it showed some wrapping or underneath where they wrap up the fighters? In other words, it was a foreign object. That's where they can grip and ball up to where it makes their punch harder. Have you seen that? Because they were saying, no, that anybody that's wrapped a hand in a fight, that doesn't go there, whatever that was. And it was one of the fighters at the UFC 250. All I'm saying, it was weird. It looked like additional wrapping, though. But see, I don't know if that. I'm just going by what it looked different to me. How about that? Okay. And everyone else is saying that doesn't belong there. That's ever fought or wrapped hands. So
cheating and fighting go together.
It doesn't matter if it's UFC 250 or if it's regular UFC or a sport in general. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I'm curious to know how that's going to going to turn
I mean, they're
out.
supposed to be inspected and literally signed off on by the commission, but you know,
Right.
who knows? I mean, they've gotten away with worse. What's his name? You know, knocked out Manny Pacquiao by having a steel plate in one of his gloves, or taking the cushion out. Those glove was harder than it was supposed to be. Yeah,
And yeah.
I mean, they've done all kinds of stuff over
Oh,
the years.
100%. They did that to Warren's cousin. Warren's cousin was a fighter down in Texas, in your neck of the woods. That's what they did. I can't think of the guy's name. Anyway, yeah, 100%. All day long on that. Why won't this go back? There it is. Okay. So if we don't get this deal done with the peace stuff, we probably got almost 10 days left of reserves. I think people don't understand to some degree that the lower oil prices was because we sold off our reserves.
Yep.
You know, however, that was probably a smart play, so freaking everything wouldn't crush all, just go down all at once. I agree with that, but now it will not sustain, and we will run out of fuel if this is not taken care of. He's going to have to make a decision. When I say he, I mean everybody's looking to say, okay, Trump, it's time to get away from BB. You need to just say, you know, hey, it's done. No more. It looks like potentially that might be happening. However, I don't want to put myself out there and say that, and it's Groundhog's Day all over again, which people are getting maybe frustrated with, and I can understand that. I'm just praying for Trump. That's all I can say about the matter. I pray that the right decisions are made. I pray for our respective families and even people that are watching us, their families as well, because a lot of things for our future pertain, you know, really lead up to this point where we're sitting right now. You've talked about it. Okay. I've talked about it. You know, Warren's talked about it. A lot of things we're all on the same baseline about. There's some things we might necessarily maybe disagree on, but for the most part, we can't stop what's about to happen. All we can do is prepare and be able to make sure that we go through, what was that? The needle? Was it a thread through the needle's eye? Yeah.
Yeah, the camel through the eye of a needle.
Yeah, there you go. That exactly what you said. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, I was pretty frustrated yesterday when Trump, you know, came out after Iran, you know, closed the straits, but they did that on Friday. We already knew that. But when they counterattacked Israel, because Israel never stopped bombing them, but blew up like literally a school full of school children over the weekend. And Trump said, well, if they don't sign the deal, then we're going to erase their country. Like, how about you yell at Netanyahu? You know what I mean? Like, yell at the guy who's causing the problem, because Israel has been the protagonist in this thing the whole entire time. And there's so much evidence coming out, you know, about IDF soldiers firing on their own people during the October 7th thing, using, again, I've already said it, but using food and water as bait to draw out Palestinians and caravan, you know, men and women, and just shooting them dead, just fish in a barrel, just for shits and giggles. You know, I mean, it is, right. And you know what always gets, well, you don't know what Hamas is doing. Like, well, it seems to me that every single time Israel has shot the first bullet or launched the first missile. So in that context, I don't care if they are a terrorist organization. If you shoot first, then whoever shoots second, that's in defense. Like that's in retaliation to already being attacked. And I really hope, I pray that Trump points the spotlight where it belongs. And that's, in my opinion, solely on the head and shoulders of Netanyahu and the corrupt leadership. I mean, I watched a story over the weekend of, you know, Hasidic Jews in Jerusalem going around the city and tearing down the Star of David in protest to what the leadership of Israel is doing in Gaza, in Palestine, or in Lebanon, and in Beirut. And so, hopefully cooler heads are, I don't think they're prevailing. I think they're just speaking up louder, but
Right.
The spotlight needs to be shined directly on the problem. And the problem is Netanyahu.
Hey, speaking of spotlights or shining something on something, here's a public service announcement that I want everyone to watch.
I found this guy over the weekend. I love this dude. He is hilarious, but he's spot on.
You know those flock cameras that have been popping up all over the U.S., right? Do not, under any circumstances, point a high-powered green laser at the flock cameras. This cannon will permanently damage and or disable the cameras and require them to be replaced and cost the company money. So please, under no circumstances, do this.
There's your announcement right there.
Yeah, no. And whatever you do, don't shine high-powered green lasers at those flock cameras, because that will destroy them.
Yeah, that will destroy them. It will cost that company a lot of money. It's flock cameras will constantly be out of order. Oh my goodness!
I heard something this weekend. You know why they call them flock cameras? Because they think we're sheep, and they're hurting.
Yeah. The flock.
Speaking of Peter Thiel, I mean, that dude is dirtier than maybe anybody, and that's who put a lot of people in power right now. And that's if Trump is bringing these people to the forefront and putting them in positions of power to expose them, to take them down, I pray that's true. But at some point, you got to pull the trigger and expose them and take them down, right? But Peter Thiel, that is a dirty dude, man.
No doubt. Well, where's John Connor when you need him? Because here we go. This is right up my alley right here. Get ready. And we always talk about what ifs, or sometimes we'll say, hey, this is about to start. If this is happening, then this is going to start happening. Well, here you go. The NSA says Entropic's Mythos model gained access to nearly all of its classified systems in a matter of hours. According to the agency, the incident happened far faster than expected, raising concerns about security implications of increasingly capable AI systems. Oops.
I mean, they're talking about, when the first quantum computer is actually turned on and brought online, it will immediately, within seconds, crack every encryption code on the planet. Is what I'm reading, because their computing power is so massive that as soon as the quantum computer is actually connected and turned on, it will crack every encryption code on the planet, period, in a matter of seconds to minutes.
No, people are like, man, I can't believe y'all thinking that way. Well, we ain't thinking that way. It's happening that way now. They've already got robot infrastructure. Now all they got to do is create the organic living tissue over metal skeleton. Okay, that's where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen, with this, because we're going to end up. It's the same thing. I'm telling you, symbolism. They're preparing us.
Well, and you have Jeff Bezos coming out over the weekend saying that we need to prioritize our fresh drinking water for the AI data centers, and humans just got to get over it. I hate to break it to you, Bezos, but without clean drinking water, we all die in days, not weeks. In days, we all die. All of us, the whole kit and caboodle, brother.
Well, speaking of people dying and so forth, Clive Davis, music executive who signed Whitney Houston and Bruce Springsteen, is dead at 94. He was the Arista and J Records founder. Shaped the careers of Aretha Franklin, Carlos Santana, Janis Joplin, Alicia Keys, Carrie Underwood, and many, many more on that. So we've heard stories from this neck of the woods here with, the rituals and things like that, and in Hollywood and entertainment industry. And I see a lot of people commenting in the chat. I don't even have to say it. You already know. So, hey, everybody's going to be judged. Everybody. So, this is positive, though. I will take this if we're getting our hands on it. Treasury Department authorizes Iranian oil sales through August. Is that selling the Iranian oil, or are we getting a piece of it?
Yeah, that's a little bit vague, but I mean, what does our Treasury Department have anything to do with whether Iran can sell their oil or not?
That's a good point. Have you looked at the market here lately?
No, I forgot Friday. The market and the banks were closed.
Okay.
So that was part of you and I's conversation. That got fixed, by the way. I mean, it's showing the Dow's up 135 points, but I mean, it's just all over the place. It's kind of crazy.
Nothing consistent. Well, they manipulate it like we say anyway.
NASDAQ is down 334. That's more. Wow, let's drop. Silver's down 65.77, so it has not recovered over the weekend, and gold is still at 41.92. So both are down significantly.
I totally wouldn't be. I would be holding. It's my personal opinion. Don't. And if you need some of the best prices on silver right now and gold, you can go over the info at milesfranklin.com on that. So I'm sure we can. There it is. I'll put up on the screen there and see what's going on. Yep. So there's the market there. So is he going to walk away from BB? Or is BB going to pull the trigger with a Samson option because we do that, and then or does our own Central Intelligence Agency put together working collectively with the Mossad, put together a huge false flag event because we're not doing their bidding anymore?
Well, I mean, if aliens come down and abduct 700 people from the soccer game, I mean, that's your false flag. The problem is I sent you the little article, but Friday, our Pentagon named Israel as our number one spying threat. But yet our Congress and our Senate and our president are working on signing bills, merging our militaries and merging our technology and merging our intelligence. So our intelligence apparatus deems Israel our biggest threat, but yet at the exact same time, all the powers that be are merging our two militaries and our two intelligence agencies. Like, my daughter stole my catchphrase this weekend, but make that make sense, Chaz. It doesn't, but yet, there's still those that are sticking to it's part of the plan. It's just a movie, and the good guys are in control. But if they're our number one threat, and we just gave them total access to all of our military secrets, I mean, somebody's controlled. Somebody beyond the people that should be protecting us are pulling strings and making things happen is my take on it. But, who knows?
I don't think we're going to have to wait long with everything at the rate of speed it's going.
I don't either, Chess. but I'm not seeing the things happen that I believe we need to see happen for the positive, like all of the positivity to roll out, right? I mean, is there some positive things happening here and there? Yeah, absolutely, right? There's some little tiny strides being made in different places, little pockets, but on a bigger giant scale, I'm not seeing what I feel like we should be seeing, but who knows? God works in funny ways, mysterious ways, and he doesn't run things by me before he does them. So just got to keep praying and pray for the best.
Ivan Ranklin, we've had on the show a couple of times, and he's part of was really good friends, obviously, with Flynn's, General Flynn, the son, and excuse me, so forth. Sorry about that. Put out a post. He was responding. Let's see here to Nino, which I thought was interesting. He says, "Here is why Trump doesn't want the DOJ to prosecute Fauci and instead claim that nothing can be done due to the AutoPen scribble." So this is what he posted. He's got things highlighted, exceptional efforts, and he's got where he circled Jared Kushner in there. Ooh. Then you got Dr. Fauci in the same group. Interesting. And then you've got, well.
Marion
Mountain, 80th birthday party. And they got, let me see if I can zoom in. I may not be able to. Just do it that way. There we go. Scroll at the bottom. Let me see if I can. There we go. Preparation for upcoming international travel. President Trump also received preventative health screenings, immunizations, including annual influenza and updated COVID-19 booster vaccinations. This is from Israel, 10/13/25.
Yep, it was 2 weeks ago. Or 10 days ago, I guess.
No. 10/13/25.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's wild. Here's some questions for you guys. Do you believe there will be a quantum global financial reset, return to gold treaty parity?
I believe the world is going asset backed. I mean, gold and silver are a part of it. They're digitizing everything in the whole world. So countries will be utilizing multiple different types of assets to back up their currency. But the problem is the United States has thrown a wrench in the GCR, the global currency reset, every week for the last 6 or 8 weeks. I mean, literally last week, same thing. The United States walked in and made some outlandish demands and claims. And I mean, anybody that has watched President Trump conduct business over the last 10 years, the guy makes demands. He doesn't make statements or pose questions, right? Or hey, let's talk about it. Let's work on it. He says we're going to do this. You're going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And that's what the United States is doing on a global scale when it comes to GCR, and they are effing it up royally. And there's a chance that the United States gets left in the dust, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves and figure it out because the people that actually control the RV, they're done playing games. They're done being bossed around. They're done giving money to the United States and then watching the United States absolutely squander it and throw it away, and in one particular case, start a freaking war that's still happening, right? The Iranian war, we were given money to kick off the RV in the United States to back up the process, and instead we chose to go to war. So
here we go again. Look, Mom, no hands. This is interesting here. They start doing this. I wonder what's happening at the White House today.
Yeah, it's crazy that the UFC thing is still.
That's what was going through my mind as well. That's interesting. Is there something on the books? They're going to have another one? I haven't heard anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of, but I mean, it can take a while to build those things, but typically those things are tore down within 24 hours. It's weird to me that it's still up.
So what are some key things you're looking at today? I will tell you, James Comey, they have made it official. Kash Patel came forward and said now they are filing felony charges. It's official on Comey. I think that's great and all. That's progress, I guess, to some degree. But, man, what about some Obama up in some handcuffs doing perp walks? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would take anybody in handcuffs being walked in public.
Yes.
Because that's awesome, Kash. Good job, buddy. Finally, I mean, again, you and I have had the proof for the better part of a decade, especially 6 or 7 years on Comey. Awesome. You're going to press felony charges. That's great. Where is the tactical hit squad that kicks his door open and pulls him out in the middle of the street in his underwear like they did all of the others? I mean, they raided Mar-a-Lago, for Christ's sake, right? I mean, They went through Melania's underwear drawer. I mean, where is the public perp walks? It does, in my opinion, it is no good to say, "Oh, we're pressing charges." Cool. Where's the arrest? Where
is what's his name that everybody was afraid of was going to be getting involved, and all of a sudden, out of left field, he supposedly retired. What was his name? Was he the one that would press charges?
Yeah, he's the one that had the 300,000 sealed indictments.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. I know in the chat, help us. Who is that? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Oh, God. Anyway, they said he's coming back. Durham. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. I mean,
I couldn't think of it. I was like, wait a minute. So we'll see, because that's going to be pulled back into it with what he's done. So it's going to pull him back into it if we're talking about Obama. So it's going to be mighty interesting.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard literally just said that Fauci not only instituted the gain of function, which is what created COVID, but he funded it both in the United States and abroad. And I don't see him being perp walked. I don't see him in handcuffs being marched through the streets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and everybody's questioning the auto pen. Wasn't that already debunked? Wasn't that already claimed to be null and void? So where are the arrests? Where are the trials? We're pulling these people in front of congressional hearings. Like, those haven't, like, nothing has ever come out of a congressional hearing in freaking 2 decades. Like, I don't want congressional hearings. I want people handcuffed and arrested and booked, and I want them thrown in a jail, given a Hot Pocket or an Uncrustable and an old juice box. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, they got to do something and hold somebody accountable, but it's got to be public. And it's just, do I believe that Guantanamo Bay is real? Yes. Do I believe that they've expanded it? Yes. Do I believe that it's full and all these people have been executed? And I don't know, because nobody can prove it. It's all hearsay and speculation, all of it. And until there's public either release of the footage You know, we talk about the 10 days of darkness and the disclosure and the 8-hour long documentaries showing us what's really like until that actually happens, Chaz, like we're all just being played, in my opinion. And somebody asked about the midterms. Oh my God, Chaz, we're months away from the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if we lose the House or the Senate, and there's a high probability because they've already cheated directly in front of us, right? Like everybody, it's like, oh, that will never happen. Bullshit. Thomas Massey just got unseated, and Israel bragged about buying the seat. And what's happening in California with the gubernatorial race and the mayoral race? Like they are cheating straight out in front of us. And nothing is being done about it,
right?
Except for all of us going, whoa, like 40,000 votes, and none of them went for the other candidate. Like that's impossible. So to say, oh, we're not going to lose the midterms, I think you're high as a kite. Like you were smoking some crazy peyote if you believe that to be true, because they are doing it right in front of us, and they just did it. So what's changing? Laws haven't changed. The Save America Act hasn't passed. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and I don't want to end on a super negative thought process, but at some point, everybody has to wake up and go, holy shit, they pulled the wool over our eyes and they duped us into sitting on our hands for 10 stinking years. And now our country might be actually lost, right? But do I still have hope? Yes, absolutely. I pray to God that Trump flips the switch on Bibi and Netanyahu and exposes him for the war criminal and the genocider he is, and cuts off ties. And by doing that, releases, you know what I mean? Like release the Epstein files, arrest Comey, arrest Fauci publicly and like aggressively, because that's what they did to us. Or that's what they would do to us, or they will do to us. And hold these people accountable, and then everything kind of goes, oh, okay, right? I didn't agree with everything how it played out, you know, or how it was playing out, but I'm back on board. But until that happens, oh man, I think for me it would be unacceptable to get to the end of this and be like, oh dang it, I thought something was wrong. I felt something was off in my heart, in my soul of souls, and I didn't say anything. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like to me, that's unexcusable. And I can't do that. I can't violate my own internal code of ethics. Right. And I'm not jumping ship and I'm not changing my mind. I am literally looking at the facts that are being presented to me and going, they don't add up. Pentagon deems Israel our number one threat. Congress and the House and the Senate are about to vote, and Trump is going to sign it. Like they're about to vote to give total access to Israel, to our military and our secrets. Those things don't add up. Speedy trials and you know, if you kill somebody, you get the death penalty. Like those aren't happening.
Don't worry, we're going to get the big false flag scare event, bro. That's what's going, because everybody's going to wake up when it comes time. And that starts happening, you're going to see people freaking out. You're going to see people having extreme meltdowns. And it's going to become as no surprise for a lot of us. But for the masses, you're going to see meltdowns and people tripping out. And that's when it gets a little dangerous. And that's when you're going to start seeing the silent motherfuckers coming out of the woods saying, all right, just let y'all know this is my land. You set foot on it, it's your ass. That's pretty much what will end up going down because there's so many veterans that have given their all. And for this to happen, a lot of veterans probably turn in their grave, and sucks. But I pray it doesn't happen though, man.
Yeah, and I pray for our veterans, because again, I think the congressional hearings are total garbage. But last week in the congressional hearing, the veteran pulled out like 17 pill bottles from the VA that she was prescribed. And she she declared in front of the congressional hearing, if I took all of these, I would not wake up. But this is what the VA sent me home with last week. I went to the VA for an appointment and a checkup last week, and this is what they sent me home with. And it was literally like 12 or 15 bottles, Chaz. And they weren't like extra strength Tylenol. they were heavy duty barbiturates and painkillers, and you know what I mean? But if she'd have taken them all, like, pray for our veterans, because they're being over medicated. They're being, I mean, just pray for them. I pray for their health. I pray for their safety. I pray for their mental clarity and their mental health, because we may need them sooner than we think.
Amen, brother. In the meantime, we know what they need to do: put up or shut up, right?
Amen.
Hey, thank you as always, Dallas. Appreciate you, brother.
See you, man.
Safe. Have a good day, man. We'll see you. Hey, another one in the box. Appreciate everyone tuning in. It's going to be a wild one. Get on over to Patriot Shoot before time runs out. Go to join.patriotshoot.com right now. It will be the best decision that you can do, and for your family. Yeah, time is running out, and we're trying to get everything polished and ready. And I hope you're prepared for what's about to happen. We're doing the best that we can do on our side. God bless the Republic of the United States of America. And God bless you, patriots, you. Without you folks, there is no America, or world for that matter. See you tonight. Hi there, I'm Chaz Carter. Welcome to Patriot Shoot. If you're looking for a censorship-free platform where you can freely express your thoughts and connect with like-minded individuals, then you're in the right place. At Patriot Shoot, we offer more than just a membership. For just $8.99 per month, we provide you with daily intel, weekly giveaways, and access to our exclusive voice chat platform called Patriot Talk, where we have somewhere between 200 to 400 active members just on that alone, discussing a wide range of topics every single day. You'll gain access to our state groups, where you can connect with members in your states at a grassroots level. Our community is all about open dialogue and sharing valuable information without the fear of being silenced. Whether it's discussing current events, giving advice, or personal matters, or simply connecting with others on Patriot Shoot, it is the place to be. So what are you waiting for? Join us today. Experience the freedom of speech, and just fill out the form below and get started. We cannot wait to have you here with us, and welcome aboard.